My name is Mizzy Pacheco. My goal is to capture an image of the full moon each month. This is the story of the snow moon as it rose up over the Malibu hillsides on February 22nd, 2016. Tell me something. Do you believe in past lives? I do.
They said, son, you can be anything that you want. Don't question the course, get aboard, kids, don't stop. Move out. All tanks roll out, grab your guns, get in line for a seat. We've got the wind at our back and the sands at our feet. And the fires in the skies light our way. I've got shells across my back, my family brigade.
Outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. But still we've no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Well, welcome back. Let me tell you a little bit about the snow moon before we get started. The full snow moon rises on February 22nd, 2016. Now the precise moment of the full moon happens at 10:20 a.m. Not exactly the greatest time to take a picture of the full moon. So I try to plan my shoots about 40 hours or so, centered around that key moment. Now technically, the moon isn't at full illumination at those times, but it looks like a full moon to me. This month, looks like I have 4 chances to capture an image of our full snow moon. So let's take a ride.
Sunday morning.
It's February 21st, the day before the full moon. I woke up early to catch a trip out to Mugu Rock, just beyond the boundaries of Malibu. This is a scouting trip. It's not part of the itinerary. But the moon sets at 285 degrees azimuth, just between Mugu Rock and the northernmost part of the Santa Monica mountain range. I just had to see it. Dark skies here. Too dark for a single exposure, but bright enough to map out the path of the moon for the days ahead. What a beautifully odd sight. Don't you think? I feel like I'm watching The Price is Right. You know that little guy that climbs up the thing? You know. Okay, well I guess we can move into the first shoot. I decided to shoot the Malibu Pier for the moonrise. So tonight, the moon will be rising. A bit early, but rising nonetheless. You know, things don't always work out the way you want them to. But that's no reason to give up. You see, I was supposed to be a musician. That was my dream. How do you measure success? I suppose you just have to do what you love. That's all you really have. That and football, of course. And butterflies. And let's not forget the people that we love. The sun rises with them and sets when they're gone. Today the moon rises 45 minutes before the sun sets. Who knows what's gonna happen? But I have to be there. Because everything about it matters to me. And that's enough. I waited about 30 minutes. It was a peaceful wait. It really wasn't as dark and dramatic as I wanted. But that would be tomorrow. Today, it was just a peaceful moonrise that came without warning. There it is. You can hardly see it. I think the pursuit of the moon is a lot like our pursuits in life. Some days it's better just to stay in bed. But some days, you wake up and you can do anything. You can be anyone. You can go anywhere. That's life. I mean, that's the beauty of it. The ups and the downs. The smiles and the frowns. It's everything. Not just the winning shot, but all the snaps in between. All the people, from the beginning to the end. It was a high moon today. That's okay. I'll get him tomorrow. For now, I better get some sleep. I've got a long day ahead. The snow moon is coming. As I slept, the snow moon passed overhead. Its final destination? A quiet little cove I scouted weeks earlier, on the northern boundary of Leo Carrillo State Park. There it would set into the Pacific, directly in the path of my 400mm lens, where the water and land met, just as night would turn to day. That was the plan anyway. Let's just say things didn't go exactly as planned.
Okay, campers, rise and shine, and don't forget your booties, cause it's cold out there.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
Yes, it does snow in Malibu,
Mixed bag of weather in the hills of Malibu, from rain to sleet.
but I wouldn't bet your booties on it.
Right now, heading northbound. The construction is about 45 minutes. While county plows the road, headed from here down
The Native Americans called it the snow moon
towards Calay.
because February is typically the month with the most snowfall.
And when I left the beach,
Now I won't exactly be wearing snowshoes on my adventure, as this footage is from years ago. But hey, it's still fun to look at, isn't it? Snow in Malibu. Hey, wait a minute. Actually, I did make a snowball in 2012. See? Snow. Hey, it's 4:30 in the morning, the day of our snow moon. We're en route to North Beach Campgrounds. It's just about on the 21-mile boundary of Malibu, heading north. I scouted this little spot a few weeks ago. Our snow moon will be setting at 281 degrees azimuth at precisely 6:22 a.m. That's 10 minutes before the sunrise. And that should leave me about 40 minutes to shoot the moon before it hits the Pacific.
I am the Night Rider. I am the chosen one. The mighty hand of vengeance, sent down to strike the unroadworthy.
Off topic. Have you ever had a crazy idea? Well, if you imagined it, then it's already in the realm of reasonable possibility. No? I mean, if your neuron already fired it off to you. It's hardly random. Believe me, it's real. And it's up to you to see it through. Be bold. The well of artistic ideas has hardly been filled to the brim. And so times change. But holding on to old ideas will drag you to the bottom of the sea. So rise. Embrace the bold, I say. It's the bold that will set you free. Geesh, I sound like a crazy person. Crazy has good company, you know. Where were we? Oh yes, North Beach. I arrived at 5:02, with my snow moon hanging in the western sky, still an hour from setting. So begins the ritual of checking my gear, making sure I have everything. And then I'm off. Down to the water. It's like heaven. The shoreline. At twilight. Just me. And the moon. And my obsession. When sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. With plenty of time, I picked a spot, directly in the path of the sinking moon, and this particular shoreline I had scouted weeks before. But as fate would have it, our snow moon had plans of its own. I'm not exactly sure why I do this, but I think this scene right here kind of explains it. This is actually footage from the next day. You see, something happened to my first moon set. Watch. our Pacific marine layer strikes again. The moon set rather uneventfully, directly into the fog. Just before I had enough light. Oh well, plan to be surprised, I always say. It's always tomorrow. You can't win them all. Oh well, time to get back. Tonight the snow moon will rise again, and I'll be waiting. This could be my last chance until next year. Just before I left, the snow moon appeared through the fog. Dear Mr. Snow, it hasn't gone unnoticed that my recent attempts to contact and meet with you have gone horribly awry. I can only hope you're still receiving my messages. Please forgive my somewhat obsessive nature in writing you, but I wonder if you're avoiding me. I fear the worst. Pardon my relentless approach, but we both know the clock is ticking. It's rather important that we meet in the next day or so, as I'm well aware of your schedule, and that the rare window of chance of our crossing will soon be coming to an end. In the event you receive this message late, I wish you the very best. Perhaps next year would be a better time. I'll be here again. Persistence is my greatest attribute. Your truest admirer, Mr. M. Pacheco. You have to understand something. At this point in the story, I'm pretty frustrated. I really haven't captured the moon image that I'm looking for, and I'm running out of time. Aside from the simple fact that I'm completely exhausted. Tonight's full moonrise at the Malibu Pier might be my last chance. I had to come to terms with the fact that some months I might not capture the moon. At least not the way I wish to capture it. And that's gotta be okay. Well, there's clear skies in the east. Just beyond that mountain is the Pacific Ocean, where our snow moon is soon set to rise. A farmer makes a plan, they say. And as you know, plans take time. I try to remind myself that it's the journey, not the destination, that matters. It's what happens along the way. Take this ride, for instance. A few weeks ago, on Valentine's morning, I woke to a pleasant surprise. An early spring marine layer, hovering over the Pacific like a ghost. It's hard to think about the moon on such a day. I mean, look at it. As you're around the corner on Corral Canyon, you get a glimpse out over the water. It's like standing in a dream, really. That's what life's about. Moments like this. It doesn't really matter if I get the moon tonight. I'll just do my best. And if it happens, it happens. I'm convinced that life is about love. It's about love for everything. Love for one another. Love for what you do. We're just passing through here. So make the best of your time. And don't forget to stop and smell the roses once in a while. I do. This is the night of the full snow moonrise. I arrived at the Malibu Pier about 45 minutes early, just as the last light of the day was hitting the pier. The sun will be setting 15 minutes before the moon is set to rise at 5:58 p.m. Now keep in mind that time is based on a clear horizon with clear skies, both of which I'm not dealing with today. Another thing to keep in mind is that once the sun sets, you have about a 45-minute window of twilight. It's that window of time I'm looking for, particularly the first 20 minutes of it. If I don't see the moon in that first 20 minutes, my chances of capturing it in a single exposure are basically impossible. So do the math. Technically, the moon's not even gonna rise until 15 minutes into twilight. That gives me 5 minutes with the moon. So let's hope. Let the waiting games begin. With each passing minute, it's getting darker and darker. Keep in mind I'm running 3 cameras. I didn't anticipate it getting this dark. So every 3 minutes or so, I have to adjust the exposure settings on all my cameras. This went on 5 or 6 times, until finally 2 of them were at their limits. Days like these, you look for a glow in the sky. It actually gives you about a 1-minute warning before the moon peaks up. So that's what I'm looking for. Just an orange glow, anywhere, to reveal the path of the moon. Starting to think that I might not get it. It's just too dark. I'm about to change my camera settings when I notice a slight glow on the left side of the pier. Right there. I race to move all my cameras. It's so dark now I barely have any time. Here she comes. This is the full snow moon of 2016 as it rose up and over the Malibu Pier at 5:58 p.m. We meet again. This mist was just enough to diffuse the brightness of the moon and allow me to capture an image. I guess a little luck doesn't hurt. This month's snow moon has been quite the elusive adventure. Between the high risers, dark lifters, and foggy moonsets, it's proved rather difficult to capture the sort of image I'm after. I remind myself again that it's the adventure, and not the destination that's the ultimate prize in this game. Perhaps the March Crow Moon will be more rewarding. Regardless, there is one thing that is certain, and that is that the frogs are coming. It's inevitable, you know, and the spring moons are just around the corner. Until next month, farewell and Godspeed. Happy Valentine's, Earthshaker. I'll leave you with a quote from Emerson. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising when we fall.